Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about my current setups. First off, we're going to start with the skates that I use the most, which are actually my freestyle skates. So currently my freestyle skates are the Micro Delta. These are like my all-around skates essentially because I use them for commuting and I use them for slides and tricks of like flat ground nature. So I've had these for like, I don't know, a few months now, almost a year actually, right? I'm pretty happy with them. They've been through a lot already. I probably easily have over like 200 miles on them. The only thing I didn't like about them initially were the aesthetics. So they came with these like hyper blue looking shoelaces, this really bold stitching around everything. It was kind of tacky to be honest, but I actually went and changed the laces. So every time I get skates, I put wax laces on them. They actually came with rockered frames, so the frames that are on these are actually not the original. The original frames were rockered frames, and I actually don't do slalom. That's the one thing I don't do. But maybe if you guys put it in the comments and if people want to, I'll actually try it out. The wheels I have it now are hydrogen wheels, so they're blue hydrogen wheels. Honestly, I didn't like the original wheels it came with. They were pretty sticky. Like if anything, I think hydrogens are like the most balanced wheels out there as far as slide and grip and wear. My bearings are Rollerblade Twin Cam Pro, or is it ILQ Pro bearings I believe, or Twin Cam ILQ Pro, really long name, I forget it, but yeah. Overall, this skate has been through a lot and you can see it. I've fallen, you can see it in the buckle here is all scratched. You can see it here, some of the stitching came off. Problem with this is it's held down with stitching, so once the stitching came off, this little flap started coming off. I just put some crazy glue under it and it's staying. But like I said, overall I'm extremely happy with these skates and how they performed. Alright, my second most used setup is actually my aggressive skates. Okay, so when it comes to aggressive skates, Aeons are the way to go. I haven't done a formal review on Aeons at all. Mainly because I don't feel I'm qualified to review aggressive skates. If you're not a very good aggressive skater, I don't think you have a valid opinion on aggressive skates. So I kind of stay away from actually doing a review on them. As far as a person who came from skating rec skates or freestyle skates to aggressive skates, I definitely recommend Aeons, and a lot of other channels do. So I know this is one of the favorite skates for back to blading also. Build Stopper is actually using Aeons right now at the moment, but he's using the Aeons with 80 millimeters. And I wouldn't recommend those, to be honest, because the amount of skill required to do H-block tricks on the 80 millimeter setup is much higher because the H-block is much smaller. So if you're gonna start doing aggressive skating or you're thinking about getting an aggressive skate, I would recommend the Aeons. These things are built like a tank. You know, it's a unibody construction. So the frame is permanently married to the skate, so there's like no give, you know, true power transfer. People argue that they're kind of not like flexy, so this is like I guess a preference thing. They're kind of on the stiff side, but from what I understand, the 2019 and up models, they adjusted the cuff to be more flexible, and therefore this issue was solved. I don't know, I guess I noticed it, but not too much. This is actually the third pair of Aeons that I've owned. I owned the Nick Lomax originally, and then I owned the Billy O'Neills, and now these are the Team 2019. The major change in all of them, like I said, they put a flexier cuff, but in these they put this weird shoe top thing, so it's like soft here on the top. And on one of my feet, I can feel one of these rivets kind of hitting my foot every now and then, so it's kind of annoying. You know, I don't really see the added benefit of them putting this on top, but overall, I love this skate. It slides really well. It's a massive H-block, and for you that don't really understand aggressive skating, an H-block is the area between the wheels. They used to do groove tricks and do slides, and it's pretty massive. My whole hand fits in there, so it's easier to land tricks. And because this is a flat setup, meaning that there's 4 wheels, some aggressive skates will have anti-rockers in the middle, so 2 wheels in the middle that are hard plastic, specifically made for sliding. This is a flat setup, and the reason I skate flat is, like I said, I came from the free skate recreational world, and if you ever skate anti-rocker skates, they feel extremely clumsy as they only have 2 wheels, and they feel like they're constantly like a track. Like you can't like really carve in them. They just feel terrible, in my opinion. So this actually has a massive H block, and it's because normally you can't have this big of an H block and have a frame that's so low. So these are relatively close to the boot. It's very low to the ground. And this is because normally the screws which hold the frame onto the boot require an additional space so the wheels won't touch them. But in this case, you know, there's no bolts because it's a unibody, and then therefore you can have a low frame with a wide H block without affecting the wheels. I'm not using the stock wheels. I'm actually using, I can see on this side, I think. I'm using the rollerblade street wheels. Okay, so when they originally came, they were 60 millimeters, and they're actually 92A, which is really hard. So hard wheels are good because they're less likely to bite. If you have soft wheels, you know, they do feel better. They feel more cushioned to the ground, but you're more likely to bite, and this is very important because I'm skating flat. So it's more likely that I'll have wheels touching occasionally. So I definitely want a harder wheel so it's more likely to slide instead of launching me. Sole plates, it's built into the skate. It's a unibody, you know, you can't really replace the parts on this, that's the downside. But as you can see, the negative is almost as big as the positive. So like I said, these are great skates to learn in because the sole plates are huge. All right, now I'm gonna go to my least used skate. So here I have the Rollerblade Endurace 125. Endurace, it's like endurance and race combined in one word. You guys will recognize these skates from the New York City inline skate marathon that I did last year. These are my least used skates, to be honest, because I probably have a little under 100 miles. I only really use them to train for the marathon itself, and then I pretty much haven't used them since. I may have put them on and skated them just briefly. This was an interesting experience. This is the longest wheelbase that I've ever used. It is extremely long, and it's also a tri-skate. So this is actually like the tri-skate setup that I've used the most. I generally stay away from tri-skates because I don't like the way the wheels wear, and I don't like the frame height. For something like speed skating, you know, I gave it a try. I'm pretty happy with these skates, though, like I said, I haven't used them too much, so I don't know how valid my opinion is. Yeah, initially they felt really weird, so if you ever try like speed skating or marathon skating, you'll really feel that frame length. Like, you know, it feels like you're on tracks once again, so it's kind of hard to maneuver in them. This went away once I used them for a while because I feel like maybe my wheels rockered just slightly, which made them feel more natural. This is a complete stock setup, so nothing to talk about it too much. As far as fitting goes, they fit me really well, and the only place I had an issue was actually back here, in this area right here. I would occasionally get blisters around the back. That's probably because my skates weren't tight enough and I was getting some heel lift. Yeah, this is my least used setup. Maybe I'll do a video with them soon. I'll go to Prospect Park and do some laps with the 360 camera. If you guys want me to do that, leave it in the comments and I'll get to that. So those are the skates that I've been using, and if you have any questions, I've actually made reviews on the micro skates, which I'll probably link somewhere in the top. I guess I can do full reviews on the Aeons and the Endurace, so let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. See you next time.